And we back. Mercy Sports Talk in the building. I seen an interesting article in the Free Press. It's kind of been going past my eyes the last few days. I'm glad I'm able to get to this video saying that Jim Harbaugh contract is up in 2021 with the University of Michigan Wolverine football program. And should, you know, Michigan, the athletic director, Ward Manuel, I think his name is, give Harbaugh an extension, or why haven't they gave him an extension? And should Harbaugh move on? Should the University of Michigan football program move on? Or should they continue to dance for years to come? So let's talk a little bit about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Check out our college sports playlist. Appreciate everybody that check us out on my other channel, Goodfellas Sports TV. Check that out right here on YouTube. That's Goodfellas Sports TV. And you know, I advocated for Harbaugh to get one more year this year, and them not buy him out. That Hughes bought his contract. Give him one more year. You know, but the thing with Harbaugh is the player development hasn't been what it should be. He hasn't developed the quarterback. He hasn't been whispered into the quarterback ear like he you know, he was supposed to. And also just the coaching. You know, game situation, game management. Harbaugh really ain't been that good. You know what I'm saying, in those two departments, and that's what really make the grunt of a great football program. Game management, developing players, and those coaching situations. He hasn't been able to do that yet, man. And you know, but he ain't where, you know, Mark D'Antonio, whatever his name is, up there in Michigan State University, which I want to talk about them later in a darker side video, which I don't want to, but hey, gotta be said. But like, he not stuck in his ways. He'll delegate. You know what I'm saying? He brought the offensive coordinator in from Alabama, where D'Antonio, whatever his name is, he only want to keep his homeboys, you know, in place. So, you know, really, he really ain't done nothing to get an extension. They was favored to win the Big Ten this year. And then Ryan Day comes in and get in his butt like a wedgie. So I get it. I definitely get it where I get it where he don't get an extension yet. But to be honest, it's all about who can you get to do better. And I think it's options out there to do better, man. I really do. I think it's options out there to do better than what Harbaugh has done, you know, in my personal opinion, man. Now, what are those options? You know, Michigan got to find them. Michigan got the money, you know what I'm saying? But if you, just because you got the money, it don't mean you got the skills, or it don't mean you got the eye for talent. So they got to find a coach that can do it. But I know Harbaugh wants to succeed here, but he may be well versed for the pros. But the reason he was successful in the pros is because, you know, one of the reasons he was successful in the pros was because, for the simple fact that he had a great offensive coordinator in Greg Roman, who was the offensive assistant coach of the year in the NFL. He had a lot of good coaches around him, man. I forget who the defensive coordinator was, but was it Vic Fangio? I think he was a defensive coordinator as well. He was good. So, I mean, like I said before, man, you know, his coaching staff is just not as good as it was with the 49ers, you know? So, you know, I get one more season. You know, even if he got to play out his contract, if it's this season, then the 2021 season, you know, so be it. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no point in just, you know, burning money. I know Michigan got money to burn and buying them out. But really, you know, the problems with Harbaugh is developmental players. Now I've been able to develop a quarterback. It was talks about them possibly thinking about getting a Clemson kid that transferred out. He ended up going to Duke today, I believe. I mean, you know, just coming in with Wilton Spade and Jeff O'Corney, and, you know, just, you know, Jake Rudock was the best quarterback he brought in so far. But all those guys were transfer guys. You know what I'm saying? Brady Hoke brought in, you know, better homegrown talent. And, you know, Brandon Peters went in Illinois and done straight this year. So it just seems like he can't develop those quarterbacks without Greg Roman. And that's why he went to get the offensive coordinator from Alabama, who name I'm forgetting, Josh Gaddis, excuse me. He went to go get him. And I think he could do well, but Shea Patterson really held this team back. This team had an amazing receiving core this year. I think Eubanks was good enough to be at the tight end. I think there was one running back away. I think Charbonnet going to step it up next year. If he can plug in that quarterback next year, you know, I think it's going to help the running game. And I think Charbonnet is going to probably be a Heisman finalist next year in the right situation. I think it's going to help the defense out. Michigan got talent. You look over the NFL, it's just talent all over. They don't have the talent in the offensive line, in the secondary that they once had. I remember you had Morgan Trent, You had a lot of guys that was in that Michigan secondary that was in the league that done really, really well. They don't have the secondary guys that they once had as far as the names and what they do in the pros, but Michigan used to have really good offensive linemen. And shout out to Hutchinson, who just went into the who's going to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He went to the University of Michigan, Steve Hutchinson, and Vikings and Seahawks offensive linemen. You know, Michigan got to get back to producing those, you know, those really good offensive linemen, find those special secondary players. But, you know, on the defensive line, man, you had the guy with Rashad Gary. You had, you know, Devin Bush. I mean, you had a lot of good players out there. You know, Michigan recruits itself. You get a great education. It's a good university. Does it have some racial issues? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, Harbaugh just not doing enough with his talent. His coaching staff not doing enough with his talent. Gaddis aside, I think Gaddis done as much as he could with Shea Patterson last year. You know what I'm saying? Gaddis aside, defensive coordinator suck. And I think Harbaugh, you know, I think they need a leader. Somebody that can manage a team, that can develop. And they got to find a new hotshot guy out there. I know at one point they were trying to get Les Miles. He fell off the cliff. He got that old I formation type of mindset. So they got to find somebody that can do the things that Harbaugh can. I don't think Harbaugh is a good coach. I just think he benefited in Stanford from not having how can I say this? High standards. He benefited from Andrew Luck being there. His dad was an NFL player. Shout out to XFL. He over there helping out with that. They kick off this Saturday. You know, you look at, you know, the 49ers, you know, Greg Roman, once again, don't know how he don't have a head coaching job. He was the assistant coach of the year this year in the NFL. He was there with Kaepernick. You see what he doing with Lamar Jackson. So, you know, Michigan got to find a guy that's going to be new, innovative, and put it together. Team got talent. Team got talent. You just need that Tua, that Trevor Lawrence, that Joe Burrows. This team got talent. I wouldn't say their receiving core was on LSU level. You know, I wouldn't say that. But what I would say is that a lot of talent at receiver. A lot of talent. One more running back I think could have helped as well this year. But like I said before, a lot of these games came down to Shea Patterson just sucking. If Harbaugh can get that quarterback that can come in and do the job, you know, Michigan may can run the table. So it is what it is. Right now, just play out the contract. And then, you know, if it don't work this year, then, you know, if I'm, you know, Wardell Manuel, the athletic director for Michigan, then I'm kind of scoping the surface, you know, I'm kind of scraping the surface, you know, for coach. You know, when you're looking at a coach, you looking at somebody that's innovative, that's new. You could look in the NFL. You could look at the NFL for a guy. I mean, shit, I might call Greg Roman. If I got rid of Harbaugh today, I might say, hey, man, Greg Roman, you know, what you done with Lamar Jackson and all this and things you done with Kaepernick, I might look at Greg Roman and give him a shot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, why not? You know, but they got to get out. Michigan got to get out this old school mindset of you got to be a Michigan man. Brady Hoke was here. He didn't work. Harbaugh was here. He didn't work. Lloyd Carr, he had his time. It started to spin out. They went outside Rich Rodriguez, but they didn't give Rich Rodriguez a proper chance. They would slander his name because he wasn't a Michigan man. Forget that. Get the right man. Get out the boosters, the alumni. Or get out that mindset. Get the right fit. Get the right fit. Get the right person that can fit the job. No problem with Michigan. They ain't recruiting. They recruits itself. Harbaugh can do better recruiting than he doing. You know what I'm saying? But it recruits itself. You know, the biggest thing Michigan missing with Michigan is a quarterback, game management, situational football, and overall coaching. The defensive coordinator is garbage. You know what I'm saying? His philosophies is just old. If you can pick up his blitzes, and you can execute, you'll win. You know, but that's what Harbaugh lacking at. This program don't have no structure. It don't develop players as well as it should be. The talent is there. He not getting the most out of his talent here. And that all ties in to everything. It's the reason why the quarterbacks don't flourish here. It's the reason why you see players go to the NFL and they flourish in the NFL. You're like, dang, Michigan had all this talent. You know, they just not being in the proper position to succeed, man. But I'll play out the contract, wait and see. You know what I'm saying? But if it don't go right this year, then I'm looking at potential coaches that I may want to bring in. But y'all know what it is, man. Motor City Sports Talk. Check out our college sports playlist Appreciate the love, support. I'm going to try to catch up on some Michigan basketball. I ain't caught up around Michigan basketball and just college basketball closer to March Madness in February. So we're going to talk about it. Appreciate the love, support. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Want to make a donation to the channel? That information is in the description. Best way to donate is share the video. One time for the one time. Mercy Sports Talk. We gone.